Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice Radio, so today we're going to be looking at whether Celesteela-GX is going to be sticking around. Because here's the thing. Celesteela has seen quite a bit of play. Celesteela has taken second place at the largest tournament we've ever had in Europe. And I still contend that Celesteela is just not a particularly good card. So then, of course, we need to ask the question, is Celesteela going to continue to see play, given that it is seeing play, but it's not a particularly good card? Now, let's start off by having a quick look at the old Celesteela. It is a promo card that was only released as a promo in one of these Ultra Beast packs, which means if it does remain good, the price will remain quite high. And, I mean, bulk-wise, we're looking pretty good. 200 HP, resistance to Buzzwole, looking quite nice. And obviously resistance to stuff like Gallade as well, not to mention that Silvally is seeing a fair amount of play. Silvally has fighting memory, so resistance to fighting at the moment is actually a really good thing. So we've got bulk here. But the attacks just aren't particularly great. 130 for 4 energy, I'm not loving. Now, all the attacks can use double colourless energy, that's a bonus. Blaster GX is quite good, 180, and you get to look at your prizes. And as a quick ruling query, you look at your prizes before you take them here, which is nice. And a choice band, you're doing 210. You're getting a KO on Zoroark. You're getting a KO on Golisopod. You're getting a KO on Silvally. Okay, the GX attack hits the numbers, but only if you pop a choice band on it. And then you've got the main attack of Rocket Fall. 30 damage plus 30 more for each retreat cost of the defending Pokemon. Okay, so against a Buzzwole, you're doing 90 damage. Against a Golisopod, you're doing 120 damage. Against a Zoroark, you're doing 90 damage. It's alright. The one good thing about this attack is that with a choice band, you're hitting Gardevoir for 120, doubled with weakness is 240. And that really is where Celesteela came in. Celesteela, basically, people looked at it and went, look, it's a basic Pokemon. It can use double colourless energy. Being a basic Pokemon means you can accelerate energy with max elixir. So actually, we can get this set up pretty quickly, and with a choice band, it will run through Gardevoir, and at the time, Gardevoir was the best deck in the format. So this makes perfect sense. Okay, I see why we're playing it. But I still contend that Celesteela is not a particularly good card. Here's why Celesteela saw play. It was a basic Pokemon that we can get going moderately quickly that will KO Gardevoir. If we look at the other kind of big basic steel Pokemon or metal Pokemon, given that we're in the trading card game, the other real option we've got here is Celesteela-GX. Well, Kartana's got a great ability that discards a special energy. It's got a great GX attack that takes a prize, but the main attack does 70 damage. Even with a choice band and weakness, you're doing 200, it doesn't KO a Gardevoir. So we look at Kartana straight away and go, no! It doesn't do what we need it to do. So, as far as I'm concerned, we've seen 2 reasons why Celesteela sees play. Number 1, think of Zachary Kreckler's second place list in London. I did a video about that recently. I'll pop a video in the description, or a link to the video in the description. Cool. And it saw play in Yoshi's deck in Memphis recently, where it was played with Wishy-Washy and Xurkitree, and it basically was played as a wall. 200 HP, resistance to fighting. I'm going to sit here as a big bulky Pokemon that you probably can't KO. So going as a metal type attacker, will we still need this in the future? And really this comes down to, are we getting any decent metal attackers in Ultra Prism? And I think the answer could be a resounding yes. How about Heatran? For free energy, 130, and you discard 2 energy from Heatran. Okay, the discarding kind of sucks, but it's free energy, and you don't need a choice band, and you'll be getting a KO on Gardevoir. So, as a basic Pokemon to take down Gardevoir, there's an argument here that this new Heatran could do it as well. If you want just some giant metal Pokemon to come in and start smashing, how about Duskmane Necrozma GX? 4 energy, which is quite a lot, 220 damage, discard 3 energy. So if you want just some giant smashing Pokemon, Duskmane Necrozma comes in, does huge damage. I've made this analogy a number of times in my videos lately. It's the new Black Kyurem EX. And if you really want a metal Pokemon, and you're not worried about evolution, how about the new Celesteela-GX? For a double colourless energy, it does 120 damage, and it attaches 2 energy from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon. Yeah, that's amazing. So if you want a metal attacker and you're not worried about evolving, new Solgaleo is better. As long as you can accelerate energy quite quickly, if you just want to hit for weakness, Heatran is better. If you want a big smashing Pokemon, I think Duskmane Necrozma is better. Now, the one thing I will say here, both Heatran and Duskmane Necrozma discard energy for their attacks, Celesteela does not, so there is a handy bonus. But the good news is we've got so many ways of accelerating energy coming out that I don't think discarding energy is a huge problem. We've got the aforementioned Solgaleo with his brilliant attack that accelerates energy. But we've also got a new Magnezone coming, and this new Magnezone has the same ability as the Magnezone we've already got, except it allows you to attach as many metal energy as you like per turn, rather than as many lightning energy as you like per turn. So we've got a whole bunch of metal Pokemon coming. And that means that the kind of thing Celesteela used to do, we might have Pokemon that do it better. Counter-argument in favour of Celesteela, we've still got double colourless, we've still got max elixir, and it is a basic Pokemon. But it doesn't hit for weakness, I don't think, as well as Heatran does. Heatran's a single prize Pokemon. It doesn't smash for big numbers as well as Duskmane Necrozma does, and it's just not as good a Pokemon as Solgaleo if you're willing to evolve into a stage 2. The other thing that we've got to mention here, of course, and this is pretty important, I've just sat here and reeled off all these amazing new metal Pokemon that are coming out, and let's not forget that the main reason Celesteela initially saw play was as a hard counter to Gardevoir. And if we've got all these amazing new metal Pokemon coming out, can we really sit here and say with certainty that Gardevoir is going to remain a widely played Pokemon? It's already seen a slight dip in play. I don't see why this wouldn't carry on and see a huge dip in play over the next few months. So do we even need a counter for it? The good news is, as much as I'm not buying Celesteela going forward as an attacking metal Pokemon, I am certainly buying it as a wall. Because if we look at Yoshi's deck again, and we just want some Pokemon to block and be bulky and sit in the active and deny KOs, yes, Celesteela's great. Now, Wishy-Washy does have 210 HP, not 200. Wishy-Washy's got more HP as a basic Pokemon. But firstly, Wishy-Washy's got a weakness to lightning, which means if lightning decks ever get big, you don't want to block with a Wishy-Washy. And secondly, Celesteela has a resistance to fighting. And I don't see Buzzwole going anywhere. I think Buzzwole is going to sit here and remain one of the greatest Pokemon we've got going forward. And with that borne in mind, we need, if we're playing one of these blocking prize denial decks, we need a big bulky fighting resistance Pokemon. In that context, I think Celesteela's really good. But I think as a metal attacker, it's seen play so far because it's the best option we've got. But I don't think it's going to keep seeing play because I don't think it's going to remain the best option we've got. And for that reason, I think as an attacker it goes away, as a blocker it stays. As always, this is an opinion piece. I could be wrong. And as with all of these videos where I could be wrong, I need opinions from you guys. I need you to let me know in the comment section. Remember the 2 rules. Rule number 1, go nuts. Rule number 2, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, you can do so by going to patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far, the most important thing as always, especially over the holidays, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.